And we're live!
Yay.
Hey!
Welcome to the Wooting live stream. We are alive. And I thought I put all the bad stuff further away on this. Thank you, Erik, for cross.
Loud and clear.
Okay, anyway, so welcome to the live stream. And today it's been 2 weeks ago. I feel these 2 weeks have gone very, very fast. But today we have a really special live stream. And it's special for 2 reasons. One, all 3 of us are in the live stream. Because last live stream was only me and Erik, right?
Yes, and before that was only you and me.
Yeah, exactly. So now all 3 of us are here, which is awesome. Then the second one is we're going to do a, let's say, code session in this live stream, which is looking at, basically means we're going to look at Jeroen making an integration for the Philips Hue lights, where you can control the Philips Hue lights with the Wooting keyboard, which is going to be pretty cool. But we'll be jumping into that later. And then maybe bonus thing is what a sexy new interface, Erik.
Sick, right? I mean, I was like, normally I have like 2 people on this side here, and then we have like the chat all over this place, and I felt like, hey, I didn't want to make the whole Wooting Live thing new, and I should have written it. I felt like, hey, let's put it in the middle. I don't know.
It looks pretty cool.
It is, right? Yeah.
So before we, I think Jeroen will need all the time he can get to create it. So there's no point to like, oh, let's wait until everybody's here and then you get started. So I just want to see how fast we can get Jeroen started with things, and we can have something running in the background, and then we can go through all the formalities that we otherwise would go through. How about that?
While Jeroen is coding.
Just introduce. I put a live share. Oh my god, does it sound really loud?
Yeah. So Jeroen is currently at a drilling platform somewhere in the Pacific Ocean.
So we have a live share link, and I'm just not sure if this can also be view only. I'm not sure how. I just sort of hope that people can sort of join in and they can type. I think it will just make it extra difficult for me. So I just hope that people that join in are just like sort of watching and don't like delete everything. Basically.
Yeah, they can edit your stuff also.
I think so too, yeah. I'm looking if it's also if I can do like a view only, but I'm not really sure how that works.
I'll try to search for view only. That will be better because people will be trolling.
You also need to have Visual Studio.
That's true. We'll just see what happens, and if everything gets deleted, we'll just have to start over again, and we'll just only do view only on the stream. But let's just try first to see what happens.
You're wondering why isn't Jeroen hosting the stream then? It's because his internet's a bit wonky, so we have to do it this way.
That's why they're drilling, because they wanted to lay like this big fat internet cables there. Wait, let me switch to this view here so everybody can see it. I'm not sure if let me type. Is this clear on stream? I mean, it's a bit small, right?
Yeah, why don't only Erik should show it on the stream. That's much better, right?
I'm showing it on the stream now.
Yeah, but I mean, other people don't join the link then. Isn't that easier?
I guess it is.
So forget about the link you just saw.
So should I make a new one? I'll just see what happens.
Yeah, if your code is gone, we know who did it.
Yeah.
Top Vampire. So I already see a Polobo says, I remember asking for a Hue integration a year ago. Oh, you even have an imager of that time? You're kidding me, right? Oh my god, okay. You did that really fast. Did you just like make that image and just saved it there until the moment came? Oh, I was the word for this.
So this was all Polo B49's idea, in case you're wondering.
Yes.
It's all thanks to him, so thank you. Thank you for making the suggestion. Okay, there's a great question here. for Tino actually, but I was going to give this one to Erik. How's the coded contest going?
The coded con's actually going pretty great. Stuff happening. Well, the coded con's actually going pretty cool. We have a few submissions. I still would like to see a little bit more submissions, but the things I saw were pretty cool. Like one guy, I don't have his name here, and I'm sort of too lazy to search tonight. I can look it up. 1 sec.
I keep changing my camera, so let's do it.
But the thing I was like really excited about was that somebody made a overlay for streamers. I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's the only thing I wanted to see, to be honest.
Oh yeah, maybe we should have done something with that one.
Well, I tried it out and it worked. I liked it. I think there's still some things we can improve on. And actually, today's stream I thought we were going to show more of this developer stuff. The people who submitted it, show a few of them. But it turns out we have a Philips Hue totally not sponsored code thing to get you guys inspired to work on a coded challenge, because you still have until the 21st of October on the top of my mind. So it's
21st or 22nd, yeah.
So still 10 days left, and hopefully this gets you inspired, or just copy this code. If you're smart, you're just gonna copy this code and submit it, because it's super smart. No,
I'm really well. Other than the Twitch overlay, there is also the game detection stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there another one? I'm not sure if the media controller guy also sent over his project.
Well, I saw most of them, but like I said, I didn't prepare anything, so bear with me.
It's okay. It's okay. We're used to that with these streams. Let's see. Well, Godstream makes a good point. Is it kind of sucks if you don't have the Wooting keyboard to start with while you're a developer, and you're just waiting for the Wooting 2. But I think running this contest is really like for us it's a test to first try, to see how we can get people more motivated to do something for the SDK. But it's definitely not the last one. It's the first one, but not the last one. And we might be implementing this in a different way than a contest, like a timely contest. We might do something like, okay, you submit something and you can, get a goodie, or you win a goodie, or something like that, like more streamlined, where it's always an option that you can get something in return. We're kind of figuring that out. So this is kind of the pilot for that, the contest. But obviously, if nobody really submits to the contest and stuff, then we also know we have some other big issues.
well, so far we have 6 submissions, and I really want to call these people by name, but I know a few of them specified that they didn't want to get like really big shout-outs or want to keep stuff private. Change the view to no.
Hi, Jersey Bean.
Oop. Oh, what's this? Suddenly there's code everywhere.
Oh,
okay.
Erik, change the view to you to. Don't you just follow what I'm doing?
No.
Oh, it does change now. I thought you can just have like a follow.
Like follows exactly your screen.
Can I follow you?
So. That's what I read.
Okay. Okay. While you're figuring that out,
yeah,
I'll just put everything in this file. It's okay.
So I'm not gonna call everybody by name, because I'm not sure who didn't want to be like publicly promoted and who didn't. But it was like a game detection, an SDK visualizer, an analog keyboard overlay, which I really like, the Wooting simulator, and keyboard lights.
Yeah, but you have to do a great job to win. But that's the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have 3 prizes, right? There is the Wooting pick, there is the winner, and there is another one, if I'm right.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
No,
and
no,
then
no,
I'm
no,
wrong.
no, 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 no,
Understood.
no, no. You're right because there is an honorable mention.
There's a honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, chances are very high to win, guys.
Well,
What is the programming language that is being used on the Wooting SDK? Well.
Hey, the SDK is programmed in C, and I'm using TypeScript right now for the integration. So C is used because it's easy to use on every platform and very flexible. And then I just use TypeScript now, which is basically JavaScript with typing. And it's just because we need to do some web stuff to connect to the ULIs, so it's easier to use TypeScript.
Are you limited to using TypeScript if you want to make something for the SDK?
No, you can just use any language you want. That's the beauty of that's also why we made it in C. So it's like you can pretty much get to it from every language you want. Yeah.
So you can just use your preferred language to start making something.
Yeah, I think in the contest we've seen like Python, C#, C++ so far, I think.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, all right. Gutstream. The binary. I have to really watch out with what I say because it's kind of out of my league.
Calder only knows web dev.
I know web dev. Code it. You know that's what I see on screen, right?
Okay, Jeroen, follow us through.
What's happening? I'm just. So, what you mean? What I did? What are you asking?
I don't know. Like, what are you doing? What's happening? Can I zoom this in a little bit more? Because I have a feeling that it's a little bit...
I think you can just do Control Plus.
Oh.
Does that work?
Yeah. You don't need to see the problems, right?
I just got the analog example we also have on the GitHub, and just made that one to work. And now I just sort of need to figure out like how to actually connect to the Philips Hue lights. That's the next part. So yeah, I'm just literally following the getting started guide for the Philips Hue lights.
And if you're wondering which get it started guide. Okay.
So first I need to figure out the IP address because I connected it to the. They have like a bridge, and I connected it to the router I have here. So now I just need to figure out like, oh, what kind of IP address does it have? And then I should have something very fast, but we'll see. Let's see how this works. Okay, here we go. Just discovery.
So, in the meanwhile, I'm wondering if there's any Wooting 2 backers in the stream. I think Godstream is one. But are there more?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how to follow Jeroen. It says that you should automatically follow the host, but apparently it doesn't.
Huh.
Oh, well,
okay. Well, I'll just use everything in this file anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think.
With a simple mouse click. In addition, you may find with a simple mouse click. Are you now out of the file?
No, I'm still in the file.
So I'm counting 3 backers now.
Oh wait,
no, 4.
No,
I'm following you now. That's good. It works.
Okay, good. Okay.
Oh, Wooting 1 backer. Okay, well that's worth mentioning. Because then you've been with us for 3 years. Is it 2? 3? 2?
It's
2 years since Wooting 1 Kickstarter.
2.5 years.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to realize that there's a big bunch of people that have our keyboard on their desk for daily use, and every day they're reminded about the story behind their keyboard.
That's pretty cool, right?
It is really cool.
I also see it every day. Well, there's only one
that's
difference. My keyboard is just a tiny bit bigger.
The reason why I was asking for Wooting 2 backers is because when was the last update? It was 28th of September, right? I need to check this. Because I've been going in and out myself a lot, and it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, but the vlog we promised, it's almost done. I just have to upload it. We just finish it tomorrow with a voiceover of Jeroen. It's pretty cool. So Jeroen shows something about the analog testing machine, and he also goes to detail with the SMT process of creating a PCB for the Wooting 2, with all the steps and how the machine does it. So it's pretty interesting.
I'm very curious myself too. I still have to see it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Yeah, because for Wooting 2, we're getting so close to mass production right now. It's not funny, and honestly, I think for myself at least, I'm already crossing my toes with how timing-wise everything looks like. But basically, everything's going as fast as we can. I think from the beginning, when we set up our schedule, it's a very feasible schedule, and I think for the most part we did hit. Deadlines that we wanted to hit, but there's a lot of the things that the unforeseeable things is really like all the communication and underestimating how long some things might take. However, I do think we had a good idea, but I think that when we initially planned to start a little bit earlier, and it started a little bit later with tooling, for example, that kind of stuff. So I'm bringing it up because I was just thinking about when it comes to total project management and these kind of projects, it's very, very hard to really hit the deadline you want to hit in general.
Oh my
and
God.
So it's going to be some type of delay.
I need to go press the button on the bridge. I'll be right back.
It's all the way downstairs. Okay.
Okay. Set you in.
Let's see. That's what it was, September 28th. Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't get delayed like the one did. No, it's definitely not going to get delayed like the one did. The one got delayed for technology reasons. If there's any delay in the Wooting 2, it's just simply production management reasons, you know? It can be that manufacturer has a longer lead time than expected, or manufacturer doesn't deliver 100% of the goods. Like, we had a production running for the Wooting 1 like a month ago now. I'm really, my sense of time is a little bit lost.
It's 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
No way. Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I went. Okay, anyway. See? Holy crap. Oh yeah, anyway, that one should have happened like a month earlier than when it went out, when it was actually finished. And the reason for that was, for example, damn it, what was it again? The bottom case, I believe it was. We didn't have enough bottom cases to complete the production. So it's this kind of stuff where it's just like really unforeseeable, and it's just going to happen. Like somebody's going to fuck up somewhere, or fuck up more like somebody's going to have a delay somewhere, and it just influences everything from top to down. So, but until so far, I have to be honest, even though we're a bit behind what we originally planned to do,
it still goes smooth, right?
It's going fairly smooth, yeah.
Yeah. I also didn't expected it, but it's...
Yeah.
I guess we're also past the most, like, edgy part with the whole molding thing and the tooling phase. That took more time than expected, but in the end it really didn't, so I'm really glad for it. and I'm also not so afraid for mass production. Maybe a little bit more afraid for trial production, but I guess that's always the case. But I think we learn a lot with the Wooting 1, how and what actually means doing a mass production and all the mistakes that can happen and bad stuff. And we learn a lot from it, and all these things that we are concerned that will that we know that can have a major impact. We are totally on top of that, and we're just like Skyping, spamming, mailing everyone who is involved, and doing the best as we can, and don't try to make mistakes on our side.
So just stick to the countdown in Discord, and everything is right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That
Yes.
countdown.
Every single day.
Yeah.
That's the best countdown ever. Can't wait for
It's pressure rising, but you know what's even more scary is the whole Trump trade war, because every time he makes a decision or there's some kind of news related to it, the question immediately is, are keyboards included? And until so far, I have to say we've been very, very extremely lucky that keyboards are not part of the higher tariffs in the US yet. But you just don't know with Trump when that's going to change. And what's even more scary is in January, those tariffs will go up to a higher rate. And right now, keyboard's not included, but he might just decide and say everything that comes from China has a 25% tariff, meaning that everything you import from China you will need to pay 25% taxes over the value of the goods. So
US, that's a you problem.
That's a USA problem. But that has a really drastic impact on us also, obviously, because it's with 25% increase in cost during import, that's just like impossible for us to make it profitable. Like impossible.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait. I want to do a little service announcement, because I think we should have done it before the stream and also maybe at the end. But who is going to Frankfurt the 3rd of November for the mechanical keyboard meetup in Germany? I mean, I'm going, so I'll be there with a Wooting 1 and a Wooting 2. Maybe other cool stuff. So, if you're in the neighborhood,
you should
definitely
get the link for the meetup.
Yes, let me find it.
In the meanwhile, so the point of the code is to control. This is for Jeroen.
What?
So the point of the code is to control hue lights with analogic control. What are the exact goals?
Okay. I mean, the goal is just sort of see how far we get during the stream. So at minimum, just have like some sort of brightness control, and then I would also like to have some sort of color mixing. But I think like seeing what I have so far, it's I think we should have it done pretty fast.
The stream will end in 10 minutes, so let's go.
Let's see. And Godstream is giving you a link saying that's from DMX to Hue Wrapper.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, I imagined there were already some packages out there that will make it easy, but it seems like their whole API is not very difficult. So I was just thinking about just rolling it myself.
Bolo is actually did something similar with brightness control on the mouse. Oh, he has a red post there, right there. Oh, Bolo, you should have made this for the Wooting keyboard and joined the contest.
Well, he's using a Wooting keyboard there, so that's something. Yes, join the contest. Cool. Now I want Philips Hue lights.
Yeah. I have Hue lights, but I don't have the RGB one.
Oh, suck.
Yeah. So one more time, there's a mechanical keyboard meetup in Frankfurt. Oh, it is, right? Yeah. Frankfurt. Yeah. Which is in Germany, happening on the 3rd of November. Erik will be present at that meetup, and we'll be giving away Wooting 1 keyboard also, if I'm right. So that's a really great moment to do a meetup.
And of course, I'll bring my Wooting 2.
Oh, right. And there's Wooting 2 prototype.
Yes. And I'm
One of
trying
the
to
prototypes.
get my hands on black switches. Not sure if I can get them from Calder because he's like very mine. Maybe I can also bring a set of black switches.
My hands on black switches is a little bit tricky, but
we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll do our best. So that's pretty cool.
let's see. There was a question here. What about the new version of the switches? How is the status? What are the improvements? I can actually show that. Do I have one here? I had one here. I saw it here somewhere. Jeroen showed it to me then.
What? What are they showing?
Oh, the new switch improvement. But I don't have a sample anymore. But I can tell you what they improved though.
Is this one on?
So
No, it's this one. I think.
let's see if that's my puller somewhere here. Originally, the idea of the switch improvement was that it would also get a different top case, which I really liked. But there was some misunderstanding about. Can you give me my bag? There was a small misunderstanding what that would look like and if that would be the case. And in the end, it's not the top case that changed, but they changed a very important part, which they would also change, which is the issue part, the stem. I'm trying to find the puller. I had one in here, and now I lost it. So I can't pull out the switch now. What the hell?
Here, use mine.
Okay.
Ooh, I
You
got a
showing
blue
yours?
one. A blue one.
Oh, Jenny found it. Oh, thank you. Okay. Alright, so here on the switch, I don't know if it's going to show. Oh, you have the puller, but here's the switch. So you can see on the stem there's a small bite taken out of the stem, right, on the side. And that small bite is causing a major issue because when you take out the keycaps from a certain angle, you have a chance that it snaps off. And you might have seen it come by. Oh, well, I see my camera is a bit weird. I don't know if you can see it or not. But that bite is actually the injection point.
Hey.
And they moved the injection point now to the top of the stem, somewhere here on the angle. So it doesn't have that fragile point anymore.
So like
So-
this.
Oh, you have the new one.
I think I have a new one. It's pretty difficult to see. I mean, there's like a little
Oh yeah.
on the right side. It's
think
like
I
a little
see.
dent. Yeah, it's really it's like on this side here.
Yeah, I see it.
Focus, focus. We have to hide. Stupid webcam, do it.
Yeah, actually clear
Wait,
background is easier.
maybe
Then.
I should just do this. Go like boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that, beautiful.
Exactly what Darren says. My right arrow key snapped off when I was properly pulling it.
Yeah, now you
Yeah,
guys can
so-
see it clearly. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's nice. So that's the new style. So it's a lot more stable now. And it's exactly for a problem that Darren just mentioned. Even though if you pull it horizontally, it should not snap.
Yo, is it a disco party? Let's switch back to the
Zuma-
code now. See what happens
Zumas
here.
asks a great question. Are this the new switches which will be available in the shop? Yes. So all the separate switches that are also in the shop and that is now on pre-order
This is so cool.
will include these switches with the improved stem. And then I saw who said that about stability, switch stability. Oh, that was Darren also. So switch stability. Why I mentioned the top case is because from my experience, the top case was more stable. The new top case was more stable than the original one. But
Oh.
they're looking, because of that, they're looking into seeing if that top case could be applied to all the switches. And I just don't want to go into the details of why that top case was made. But this switch improvement will not have that stability improvement that you're looking for. Hey, did you ever get to speak to Ninox Astra mouse creator? Whoa, Average School, that is a really good question because I actually totally forgot what happened to him. I remember wanting to send out a message to him, but I've never had a conversation with him in the end, so I don't know what happened to that. That's been some while back. How is this project actually going? Did it succeed in the end?
Use node fetch instead of request. Request is bad. Really, JavaScript library is bad.
Let's see, his Indiegogo?
Okay, education.
Oh, it was fun though.
Yeah, what?
Follow us
Okay,
up on your
what?
code because I saw stuff happening. What's going on?
So I basically connected the the W key now to the brightness. So now it's not pressed. And then I slightly press it. Little brightness, more brightness, more brightness. Full
Nice.
brightness.
Just
I
by
feel like full
pressing the
brightness
key.
of these lights, not very.
Why won't the
I feel like
lights
full
blow up?
brightness is not very bright.
Well,
When will the lights blow up? I don't know, man. It works.
run us
It's
through
actually
your
pretty
code.
easy to use.
Run us through your code.
So we have. So this part is just loading the functions from the library. Then we can just have a quick check if the keyboard is connected. Not very useful, but whatever. And then we just every 50 milliseconds, which is probably way too fast, but doesn't really matter. We'll just go like, hey, we have like a space URL, which is like, okay, this is basically the link to this view thing, and then we have light number 3, and then in the state we change the BRI, and BRI stands for brightness. And we say, okay, brightness, it needs to be equal to my analog value. So whatever value I read, I just send that to the brightness, and that's it.
Okay, so in the utility we have like this mixer thing, right?
Yes.
I want to see that.
Okay, that's the next step.
Or is it too complicated?
Okay, mixer. No, it's probably pretty easy.
So the whole mix idea is that you have like these 3 channels, the R, G, and B, the
Yeah.
red, green, and blue, and you map them, for example, to your arrow keys. And if you press the left key, it's like full green. If you press the middle key, it's for example blue, and that one is, or the left red one is red. It's like a really weird thing, but at least you can like sort of mix them together and get all the colors of the rainbow. While Jeroen is
Yeah.
working on that, let's get through some more questions.
Yeah, Darren VS says, talking about the W key, mine isn't even linear when I press it down. I feel you, man. And I really recommend trying some different switches until you get a better signal out of it. And this kind of ties in also to this other question. Any chance for new switches with a wider range so it would be registered at a lower activation point for better analog input? So, since you're watching the live stream, we will not have new switches in the near future that will have that wider range that you're looking for. But we did, thanks to because we're always constantly looking at how can we improve the FlareTech switch, and we constantly give our feedback what they should do to improve it, and we're always looking at how can we make analog input better. We did figure out a new way to maybe software-wise increase the total range or change the analog curve on your Wooting keyboard you have right now. But that's something very experimental and something that we can't really share too much about yet because we don't know what the effect is.
Can you
yet,
mute
so.
yourself, Jeroen? It's a bit,
Oh, yeah.
hammering.
And what we will hope for is that it will have a lower trigger range, like 1.2 millimeter. But it's something I don't want to go too far into. I just want to give you an idea that we are working on a improvement, which is outside of the switch right now, which is as simple as a firmware update. Some of my switches, very few currently have another issue. They give off wrong values, so the range of the input is compressed. And at the end point, they give off small values, depending on the direction force is applied. So what you're probably talking about is when you press the key all the way to the end and you start moving it upwards or sidewards, pressing, well, fairly hard, the values will change. Your input values will change. That has to do with the construction of the switch and the construction of this technology that we're using, the FlareTech switch, where the lens is tied to the stem. And if you start moving the lens around, it will also change how much light can get through the switch and into the receiver. And that kind of changes also what kind of value is recorded. And to not go too technical about this, in short, we would have been able to fix this with software. Hence, the switch would have been full range. And that's just not the case. And we're not able to fix that software-wise. So the best that we can do is make sure that hardware-wise it's as stable as possible. And that's about it on that topic. So just to be very, very clear about what our stance on the technology side of the analog input is that we are still just looking at, okay, how can we get the best analog input technology possible? And we went with FlareTech switch at the time, which works great, and but it has its limitations, like everybody knows. And the only thing we can do is take a look at, can this FlareTech switch be improved? Yes or no? Or is there other technology we should be looking at? But for us, the most important thing is that we can get the best analog input possible on the entire keyboard. So that's something we're always working on.
Those comments.
I can hear the child labor in the background, hammering enthusiastically at those bass plates. The child, shut up, shh. The child hammers. Why there's a half-year lead time? Because there's only one kid to make all the keyboards.
European labor is too expensive.
We're able to churn out like what is it, 150 pieces per month. So it's quite the work, Yeah.
You need 5, 14, 15, and 16, Jeroen. How do I know that?
You're way ahead of me.
Because I have the key array index. Woo! So if you want to use the arrow keys, it's like row 5 with you. No, yeah, row 5. Whoop. And a key number 14, left arrow key. I made it so cool. It's even Wooting 2 compatible. Wooting 2 compatible. It's insane.
So it's very nice. Like Darren Fies has been very creative with multiple DIY projects, and stabilizing the stem is one of them. And I think it's really cool and very good that you did this, and that will definitely help with the issue that you mentioned. And then if you're asking, hey, why isn't this like from the get-go this type of stable? Why is the stem so a bit more loose into the switch? The whole reason why is because for the manufacturer, if that stem is too tight into the box, if one little particle gets in, it can get stuck, as in the key won't come back up anymore. And they need to have some tolerance so particles can get out or be cleared from the stem, and the switch can have a much longer life cycle. And they don't want to start taking risks and chances by decreasing those margins of error to the minimal, and therefore having all of a sudden a big RMA issue. But now that it's been on the market for a longer time, they also know they can make the tolerances more tight, so they can definitely start improving this. Next up for you, control your heating thermostat with the W key. Wait, did you just figure out the whole RGB thing with 3 keys, or?
Almost.
Almost.
I just found some random RGBTU function on Stack Overflow, but it's not really working too well.
My teacher always said never copy from Stack Overflow. Those people are crooks.
I know, I'm just very lazy.
Dun. Oh god, that's why Calder is having a kit to speed up the production.
This is...
Yeah, that's right. We need to make another one, Jenny. We need more labor.
Oh,
But
no. No.
It's a 5-year investment for 2 pair of hands.
Oh.
No. She's not. She's never going to touch a screwdriver in her life. Me too. Yeah.
Okay, so I see Jonas already almost there.
Why is this stupid thing on? What the hell?
Well, Jeroen tried, didn't work, stream completely failed. See you next week. We really should. Is there like any musician who's watching like this live stream? We can really use some proper music because I'm just getting really sick of the lo-fi hip hop and the chill jazz, coffee, elevator music we use each week. Even though we get like these copyright strikes. Always.
Oh my god, those copyright strikes! Holy hell! How long till we see the first production vlogs? So actually, tomorrow you're gonna see one of the first production vlogs. Jeroen went to China not too long ago for the child production.
Probably an hour after the stream, you guys will see it.
Oh really? Then it's done?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and this vlog is about Jeroen going to China for a Wooting 1 production we did, and also to check up for Wooting 2. And there's a bunch of cool stuff he's showing in the vlog, so that's really cool.
Wait, I was muted? No.
Wait, did Tino send...
stupid sticker.
Did Tino send music to me? Tino's lying, Tino never sent anything. Myths.
Let's get a Monster Cast subscription? What's that? Oh, to follow up Average School about the mouse. It succeeded after... So we're talking about the Ninox, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Ninox Astrum, which is that super modular mouse that was on Indiegogo not too long ago. Apparently it raised the funds it needed, but it needed an extension before it raised what it needed. And a couple of people bought like 6 mice. He should have used... An Average School says he should have used Kickstarter. He was busy for a month and he listened to my concerns for a very good mouse, but competition... Yeah, the mice competition is very, very tough. And I really hope for him that he is able to deliver the mouse in the end, and I think he's going to succeed just fine because he's working closely together with his manufacturer, which is very good news, and he's doing the project together with them. So I'm pretty confident that he's going to deliver on what he promises. If the mouse is going to break, how the success of the mouse will be further on, I wonder. But this is definitely I would say this is a niche mouse, and a lot of the mice you see on the market right now are very, let's say, general mainstream gamer mice. And you could say the mouse he made is a mainstream mouse because it has so much shapes it can take, but it's not in the end because it can take so many shapes. It also contradicts itself, and it makes the mouse a little bit too complex for mainstream. Mainstream just wants to hear that this is the best mouse you can get, and this will fit perfectly for your hand. You have nothing to worry about, and they'll buy it. That's how I think mainstream works. And if you start telling them a story where you have these many different grips and you should get the best grip for yourself, and this mouse can offer that for you, it's like they get a lot of choice, and mainstream doesn't like to have that much choice. Even if they would complain about it, they don't.
Next project, Wooting mouse.
Well, that will take a while.
If we would make a mouse, we wouldn't call it a mouse, we would call it a rat. Because we're super innovative.
Yeah, the Wooting rat.
The Wooting guinea pig. It's like, oh god.
Oh god. This thing is not working well at all.
Oh, Jeroen, what are you doing?
Hide the shitty code, Jeroen.
The only thing you have to do is like, when this key is pressed down, then change light color to this. Couldn't be that difficult.
Here we go.
Rat is already taken by Mad Cats. You know, Mad Cats doesn't exist. Does it still exist? I think it's went bankrupt. If it still exists, another company bought them.
It's funny because in the
Mad
US they
Cats?
call like Cyborg, right? The brand. In Europe it's like Mad Cats. It's
Oh, really?
They have like
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
God.
yeah.
Something
Cyborg.
happening?
So to say the last thing about Ninox Astra mouse, I was just thinking of something. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. The mice, the whole about mice being super competitive. What is the most scary part is the whole Bluetooth thing. A wireless mouse is now becoming more and more a thing, and it's the same with keyboards. And honestly, it's for us, also with keyboard, it's something like I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch Bluetooth because it's going to bring so much headache with it, you know?
Yep.
So many headaches with it.
I would really love a
don't like
wireless
that.
device. The only thing I hate is batteries. Batteries are dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it's wireless, let's say you just don't think about Bluetooth, right? You're already dealing with wireless. Okay, you have a battery in your keyboard, and you need to deal with now having a battery in your keyboard. And then what you cannot do is basically selling products with batteries inside has a lot of you need to have a lot of certifications, and with logistics wise you need to do a lot more, take a lot of extra steps, and there's some kind of like limitation to how big the battery is allowed to be, otherwise blah 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 blah. So that's already a headache, and then you throw like Bluetooth on top of it, where you have this whole new communication way of communicating with the PC, and then you also have to deal with multiple devices, and when is it paired and not paired, blah blah, and it's not that stable and easy as just plugging in a cable. Ooh. It just makes me
This is so stupid.
You would having a
Even is it the
disco
red light
party. Yeah.
district?
But can you just mix them together now?
Yeah, you can. So this is red. This is my red. This is green. This is blue. So now add more green. What is this? This is more like the cyan color.
Nice.
And now you can use your double Q to control the brightness at the same time.
Oh, I need to add that again. This is not gonna. I don't think we should probably release this. Oh,
Just-
yeah, brightness, color.
Oh.
So fast, you could have won. Somebody could have won the contest
Somebody
prize. The
could have
contest
won
prize
the
of this. Yeah, you won full already.
The hoodie.
Maybe you
I
will
want
win.
the hoodie. Give me the hoodie.
I will try it, Jeroen, try it. Maybe get like the community pick. Oh, now it's dark. It's so cool. I mean,
A mouse of analog. Oh, sorry.
can you imagine like playing a racing game? So if you steer right and left, like your
Oh.
right and left lights go brighter and then change color the faster you go, that would be like sick.
Okay.
So now you've created a way to control brightness and a way to control RGB on the keys. We're using the Philips Hue lights. Now
On a Wooting 1 or 2,
Okay.
not sure.
on a
Maybe Jeroen is
Ooh.
just faking it. I've never seen a keyboard on Jeroen's side.
Oh, maybe it's true. It just crashed for some reason. Okay, here we go.
Now it's
So-
like dark. It crashed.
Yeah,
Okay, wait,
brightness.
let me
Wait, I don't even. Wait, I can't even see my own webcam. This is real production value right here. Oh, hey, here we go. W, brightness. Yeah, but now I need to hold my camera and also change the colors. Maybe I should have inverted the brightness. Wait. Let me invert the brightness.
We want to see how you do that. So to reverse.
Oh, sorry, I just saw a couple of things in chat. Oh, I pressed the key.
Okay, this is better.
Okay.
Now we have the. Let's see, where's my finger? So this is red. Dun. Wait, it was already red. Green. Oh, you can see it turning green. This one is blue. Oh.
And now make purple. Make purple.
This is purple, right? Is red and green purple? No. Huh? This is red. What is purple again?
A little bit red and blue here.
Oh, here. Like this. This is purple. You see it?
No, I guess the white balance of your camera is also pretty...
Yeah, this camera's terrible.
But still, pretty cool.
It still works. It
Nice.
works.
Wait, let's do...
What else can we do?
Let's add one more thing and then we can continue answering questions in chat. So what's another cool thing to do?
What can you... With the hue lights, right?
Oh, you should make a mini game. Every time you press 250 keys, the colors should change. No, that's
also fun. But Cop already said one. Put the mixer on at the same time and make the keyboard change at the same time. So in other words, let the keyboard sync with the hue lights.
Yes.
Or let the hue lights sync with the keyboard.
Or that way around.
Okay, so let's go for the questions.
Math and random.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed backwards, so I can't see them all from the beginning. I can only see what's in the live stream now.
You can see the dashboard of the Twitch, right?
Yeah, I'm in the dashboard, but can you see chat history?
Yeah.
How? It doesn't...
I
mean, I actually pressed backwards, so I'm in the dashboard now, but I can't go scroll more up or something. Because
to be honest, I think you can do a lot wrong with mice. There's a reason mice companies come and go. Beat Logitech if you want to go wireless.
Yeah. To answer that one, it's already like, how do you want to beat Logitech with wireless? They are really on top of it right now. So what basically needs to happen now is whatever Logitech does, there will be a couple of Chinese manufacturers that will start also offering the same kind of functions and performance getting closer and closer. And then other brands will also jump on it because it's more available and it's not just exclusively to Logitech. So then you're on the same playing level again. But right now you just don't want to make a wireless mouse and you're directly competing with Logitech, which is not a good idea in my opinion. And then I remember you see like Final Mouse, right? And exactly Final Mouse was... I don't know why Final Mouse is such a big... I don't want to say why Final Mouse is such a big success. Hell, I don't know exactly why. I can only make speculations. But I definitely think it's related to what I said before. Mainstream, especially mainstream, though it's not a mainstream mouse necessarily. You just want to hear this is the best mouse, best shape, best performance, and you don't need to think about it other than that. And I think also when it comes to mice companies coming and going, like Ninox, how he started, or how he does his business is also just take a standard mice model, put your brand on it, and sell for the good price quality on Amazon or somewhere else. And if you can play the price quality game, then you can build up something. And it's very nice that he now has his own unique mouse creation. It's just a bit too bad it didn't get a bit more than it should have deserved to get.
Okay, wait, I'm going to interrupt you there, Calder.
Yep.
Is this yellow? Oh, a little errors popping up. This is not good. Panic. panicking. The Ulight. The Ulight is panicking. Maybe he doesn't like it.
Okay, well,
packets.
I mean, it looks already pretty promising, Jeroen. But
Yes.
can you add this last final feature?
Okay.
Add a save function. What Cop Vampire says, so you can press space to stop it changing.
I mean, like this is all pretty much set up to just play around. I can try to make it into something nicer, like sort of have a start and save option.
Okay, you do you.
Noise.
Yeah.
I just want to jump on the Bluetooth part, and I already saw some of the Bluetooth, quirks coming up. Though also one of the advantages, like Godstream says, you can pair it with multiple devices and easily switch in between. I think Logitech also has a very good, for their office use mice, they have a very good software solution for switching between different devices with the same mouse. I forgot what they named it again, but they had a really good solution for it. So they are like rocking that game. So for us to be competitive, Jeroen is doing something, but we can't hear him yet. So
He's just so
I
excited.
said I don't even need to do anything anymore.
oh, and it does lights.
No, Jan Stefan Janitsky is doing everything for me.
Sick. Hands-free coding. Woo!
This is why we got live sharing.
Come work with us. This is how I want to finish the
tell me.
utility.
I need to tell him what the spacebar is. Eric.
Yeah. Wait.
Who is that then?
6.
Who? Oh, also Ed there. Jeroen is non-lazy.
So everybody's just wondering, like, hey, where did he get like this awesome code thing from, and the numbers, and here we are. So the spacebar is 5, 6. You can see like 5. Oh no. I'm doing like a real tutor thing here, teaching everyone how it works. And as you can see, somewhere in the code, never mind.
Explain it.
No, I don't know where the 6.5 is. I mean, you see here, it's now a 2.2, and the 2.2 is a W because the W is on the... No, the 2.2 isn't a W.
Jeroen has his other way of doing things,
Yeah.
What?
and the recommended way.
Look at how many codes. It's oh wow, so much happening. Jan
You should
and
show the...
This is so fast.
Hey TurboSap. Did you see that picture from TurboSap, Erik?
no, is the promised one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
What is it?
Sick.
His vacation picture with the Wooting sticker on his car.
Oh,
yeah.
In Greece?
Yep.
This is so
You drove a
nice.
long way. How many people complimented you for the sticker? It's like, wow, it's the best sticker ever. What's the logo? It's that. Do you have an analog car? Is it that if you push the pedal in further you go harder? That's the best car ever. I think it's cool.
He has analog brakes now. No, yeah, so this is really awesome. I saw the picture on Discord before, actually, yeah, which is really cool to see. I'm very happy you brought it back up with the live stream. It's a very fitting moment to show it on the live stream. So it's very, very nice, very cool, dude. Greece must be happy, and everybody in Greece was like, "Oh my God, you're rocking a Wooting keyboard! Oh, that's so cool!"
Sick.
Of course.
You know that a couple of mice have tried to implement rumble features. What would you say to a rumbling keyboard or wrist rest? Actually, the Z mouse that I have here somewhere, and Erik is rocking there somewhere, has a rumble feature inside.
Okay, here we go.
I think I could even activate it like this. You could probably hear
There
that.
you go. Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah.
I think the rumble feedback, I have to be honest, I haven't used the Z mouse as much as I should have been using it.
There's something wrong with this
because it's not really the mouse for me.
Oh, sure,
but when it comes to rumbling future in general, bless you. Bless you. I think it's a very cool feature to have, and we've actually talked about rumble futures in the past, and how you would implement this, and that you would implement it in zones over the keyboard instead of a per key thing. And by using zones, you could also mimic the feeling of having per key. But it's a very I don't know. If right now it's a very much a novelty thing to have. It's very good for feedback, but you need to have a very good reason to get the feedback. And now with an analog keyboard, it makes more sense to have it. But yeah, I hope this kind of to have this kind of feature on the keyboard. You should first already imagine that the way analog input on the keyboard is done right now with the switch, using mechanical switch, is just like a first implementation of how you would do it hardware-wise, because the hardware right now is just focused on getting analog input from your key press. But getting analog input from your key press is something that can be done so many different ways. It doesn't have to be one true way. And then it's just about getting analog input in general. And then the next step really is, how can you create a keyboard or a device that is better tailored towards the analog input? And that already starts with the switch right now, for example. Maybe have a switch that gives you tactile feedback at different moments, or is a switch that has a much stronger or different force curve when you press it down. All these kind of stuff. Those kind of stuff will come up at that point when it's more standardized as an input. Ooh. SteelSeries did it too. Oh, I didn't know SteelSeries did a rumble mouse before. I've never seen that one before.
I think Razer now has the headphones, right, with the rumbling feature.
Oh really?
Yeah. Or something with more immersion.
Immersed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I saw a Kickstarter this morning. That was also pretty interesting. It's some sort of device that you could put on like your headset or your cap, and then you can move your head around, and you can also control stuff in games with it. Like bind stuff to it. So let's say you're a designer, you can bind Command C or Control Z to your right notch, and then you can just like notch if you want to go back until your head falls off.
Oh, Medusa headset was 5.1 with rumbling. We almost bought the Medusa headset, remember? Or is it not the Medusa?
No, it was the Megalodon.
No.
Megalodon. That was
Megalodon
with the... But then... No.
We went for something else and we didn't buy at all.
Yeah, this one.
I remember...
It's called Tilted. It's pretty funny.
Long time ago, me and Erik were very much discussing about what kind of new headset we should buy, like very long time ago, and we almost bought the Razer Megalodon that time because it just like looked cool and sounded cool. It was funny, but the Tilt headset, yeah, I saw it.
It's so funny.
But it's
I can only imagine you get like neck sore.
Tilted headset.
But actually, there was this other Kickstarter for a similar device, but then you would strap it on your foot. But basically, it was also just a gyroscope. And their idea was, okay, you can move your foot in different directions and thereby activate keys. But in the end, if you really think about it, that device could have done exactly the same thing. Could have also strapped it on a headset and do the same stuff. So this is kind of like the same thing, but then using it in a different way. But in that way, actually, what you would want to do is just have like a device where you just focus on it's a gyroscope that you can just use in different ways.
Like in a keyboard and then steer it?
Yeah. But I guess that's where you have the problem, where the more you go mainstream, the more defined your product needs to be and the more clear everything needs to be, from advantages to user cases. You have to like really spoon feed them everything. Versus if you go like more the developer or creator side, where you just create a tool or something they can use to, try or invent or create whatever they want, where you need to have very open, to keep all the options very open. And if you're in between, it's a very hard thing to market and sell. Or it's harder. And
I just had a brilliant idea for this code stuff Jeroen is doing. He should make it that if I press a key on my keyboard, a light in his room flashes.
Whoa.
Jeroen, wake up! Wake up!
Darren, to be honest, your suggestion, that would be a good suggestion to give, but it's a very simple thing. Is we're only able to give feedback on the Switch, and during the Switch creation, the biggest feedback was on the whole analog part of it, and now it's at a point where we still give feedback, but it's really in their hands to do or not to do something with it. And that's the advantage and disadvantages of advantage and disadvantage about working with the Flartech switches. On the one side, we don't need to worry about this stuff and just they will do their best to create something better. But disadvantage is that we have no control on improving things and really pushing those improvements. And the only moment that we can really actually push those improvements is at the moment that we're really selling really high quantities of keyboards. But then I'm talking 1,000, 2,000 a month or something. And those are those are quantities that big companies like Cooler Master, Gigabyte, and I don't know about Logitech, Razer, but MSI, at the very least, they do those kind of quantities. I assume that Razer and Logitech do more than that, and Corsair. But yeah.
I think the code is done.
Yep.
Show it, Jeroen. I'll walk us through it. And also special thanks to Jan.
Or Gods in
Gods. Oh, Jan.
chat.
Gods.
He's been
Yeah.
having a lot of fun.
Code Gods. Jan
So,
Stefan.
Jeroen, what if I want to use this on my keyboard? What should I do?
That's a good question. You go to the live share link, you copy the code.
Do you install the
Oh,
analog
I
DLL?
think
It will be
Yeah.
on the Wooting Dev website anyway, right?
Yeah, I just need to clean it up a little bit because
But
right now it's kind of crappy.
just to give people
I think
inspiration, walk us through it just a little bit and tell them what happened.
So wait, does this even work? Let's see.
Oh, we assume it works, right?
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so we have so this is the same as before. We have the brightness, where we just added to check if only if it changes, send it to the lights, because otherwise it will just sort of send it all the time and then it will freak out. So now we can change the brightness with the W key. There we go. And now we also have a space bar.
Quick toilet break here.
Yeah, sure. So we have a space toggle, which sounds a lot cooler than. Sounds pretty awesome for what it does. And when you press it, boom, turning controls off. Right? Turning controls on. There we go. It starts it off. That's not correct, but whatever. So, and now, here we go. So I can do either red, but it's not entirely correct because I think it should be because now it only changes to U. So if I press only red, it doesn't change anything. So that's definitely not correct. It should also change the saturation.
Well,
And then
over
you
brightness.
can mix. So you can mix the colors.
And it also it displays the same color on the keyboard.
Well, not anymore. Turn that off.
Ah!
Good. Good. And now you make purple. Purple.
Is that yellow?
Is this yellow?
Where is it? I like it so much.
That's what I'm saying. U is in brightness. So right now it only does U, which is not good. So it should also include saturation.
But
You can convert it RGB and saturation and U. That's what you need to get the same effect.
It's pretty cool that you can see that how easy you can set up
Same.
and use APIs and make
Yes.
it work in a very short amount of time.
Yes. Yeah, I know. First you can freeze the color. Yeah, that's the idea, right? The space toggle.
Spacebar toggle.
Space toggle. So yeah, I'm just sort of thinking like, how can we release this in a way that also is actually usable? Because right now it's pretty hard to use. Like maybe like to set the keys. You need something to set the keys and also to run it in an easier way. So.
And yes,
That's
Darren,
very convenient now.
it will help Switch development and more future progress even more by promoting it more and having more people using the FlareTech Switch.
Yeah, I also need to think about how, because you need to connect to the
Right.
ULIT somehow. You need to figure out like, oh, what is the IP address, and you need some configuration with the user stuff. I hope there's a library or something. Maybe I can use the library. Who sent that before? Somebody sent before. I just think about the fact you could easily create a keylogger now. Yeah, you could.
Hey, quick thing in between. Can we get Jeroen in a full screen or like a bigger screen, and then we can clip a moment from the stream,
Sure.
and then we can about the hue light, and then we can throw it on wherever.
Wait, let me see.
Okay, we also need a screen with code. Maybe Jeroen on the top and the code next to it or something. I don't know. We can demo the hue.
Yes, let me.
Anything you can share on the instant analog feedback that is suggested some time back and feed us back? You mean like analog feedback in the utility, or what are you referring to?
Okay, let me.
Hue isn't brightness, it's just the color wheel. Hue also has brightness, right?
Well, no, you need the saturation.
Oh.
Okay, let me change the stream a little bit. You guys keep talking.
Oh, okay. Whiplash from gate headset. Oh, that was firewall stuff. Major good key secure to keylogger now. Blah blah. What's that? Hue, saturation, brightness. These are free values. Oh, okay.
Do you want Jeroen in full screen mode?
Do you want me to full screen?
I mean,
sure, right? Or yeah, sure. Oh yeah, like Jeroen, the way.
we'll be fine.
Jeroen needs to be prominent at least, yeah.
What happened?
The kid just finished another Wooting too. It's like you hear the hammering background from Jeroen, and then you hear some baby sounds from here. It's a great combination.
But doesn't you have enough information with you and saturation, right? Because if you're exactly.
Okay, are we ready for really huge Jeroen?
Oh yeah, hue, saturation, brightness. Yeah. Although it doesn't really work on RGB anyway, because you only have, because saturation is not really a thing. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, this is the what's happening?
Are we ready for Super Jeroen?
Then
Here we go.
oh wait, I need to sit on it.
Here we have Super Jeroen. With his code.
What am I gonna do?
Whatever Calder wants you to do, man.
Okay.
Turn on the red slides.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Just walk through it.
Like oh my god, they can't see the keyboard, of course, but
You can see the disco.
yeah. Just show some code that makes like the RGB code there. Yeah, exactly. And then change between lights and explain what you've done in very short, and then we just clip that.
It is so low quality.
Yeah, the camera.
Me
so
too.
bad.
Yeah, I see it. I thought it was maybe my side only.
No, it's
No.
true there. Well, I like it. This should be a business card, Jeroen.
Okay, maybe something like just a short introduction. Change the colors
Sure.
and show a piece of code that makes sense.
Should I talk?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Who's clipping?
Who's
You're
clipping?
clipping it now? Hey, those 3 pixels do look like me.
Somebody clip it. We don't know how. We're Twitch noobs.
Yeah, how do you clip this? Oh, I can add a marker.
There's a clip. You can just click, clip, and then it will just clip the last 30 seconds, I think. Right?
Okay, then talk and
I
I'll
don't even
clip
know how
it.
to work.
Talk and
We're
I'll...
gonna add a marker and then highlight, and then we'll save forever.
Alt X, yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay,
I'm gonna count down. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, I clipped it already.
3, 2.
So here we have our little Philips Hue program we made during the live stream. It's pretty ghetto right now, but it works. So first we read the brightness and we base it on the value of the W key. So the further I press it down, the brighter the W key becomes. And then what I can also do is I can use the arrow keys to change the color value of my light bulb right there. So I got an R and a G and a B, and I map those to the arrow keys. So left arrow, down arrow, and the right arrow, just like the mixer effect on the Wooting keyboard. And we can also save it by pressing the spacebar. So let's run the program. Let's press W first so we can adjust the brightness a little bit. Oh, okay, let's just keep it to full brightness so it's so we can actually see. Now let's change the color, maybe some red, maybe add some yellow. There we go, and we end on purple. Boom, spacebar, I save the color. And there we go, a beautiful purple room.
Woo! I even clipped it.
A+.
Amazing. Yes.
Nice, good job.
Hey.
A+.
A+.
Very pretty.
Here we are.
We ended on yellow.
We had it on yellow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. Integration made within an hour, basically. Bonus features within 15 minutes.
Read the brightness.
Now just some cleaning up, and Yoon is eligible for. Oh, he was already eligible, but now after cleaning up, he's not only eligible for the contest.
He's gonna win.
He's very close to winning. He can even become featured on the Wooting Death Portal website. Holy crap!
Oh,
Wow, maybe you can also spend just a couple hours to take a look and try.
I need to think about how to actually make it in a way that other people can use it too. But
Yeah, I mean, in the end, we can. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? One is the RGB SDK and how it combines with controlling RGB of the utility doesn't have a smart solution just yet. That's one. But two is whatever is made for the RGB SDK. What we could do is add something in the utility that utilizes it. Did I say anything wrong?
I'm not sure. I didn't. I only heard the last part.
Oh, so one I said RGB control on utility versus RGB control by SDK. It doesn't really mix and match very well at the moment.
Yes.
It differs too much. But two is what could be the case is where RGB SDK things that are made for RGB SDK could have get an implementation into utility where it can make use of those functions. So, for example, Jeroen made this awesome Philips Hue integration. Maybe in utility, you have a button which says the Hue button, and when you press it, it syncs your keyboard with your Hue light. And that's woo, and it works in one time.
Yes. Yeah, that's the goal, of course. But then it's either we just need to make like a Hue integration in the utility, or find some way to connect the RGB SDK with the utility. Either one of those two.
So maybe when you're running the regular effects, it also goes through the SDK instead of on the keyboard itself.
No, it's more like if somebody creates, let's say, Hue plugin with the SDK, then it needs to somehow connect with the utility. That's what I mean.
Okay.
But it's a clip.
Sick, right?
Very cool.
Perfect clip on.
So now let's throw this clip onto our social stuff. Okay, we'll throw it on. Does the Twitch clips work on Discord? Did. Here we go. You did it. Made
And
an
don't forget
integration within an hour.
Don't forget God's also help. Our favorite partner, Jan.
For the Code It contest.
Will he win it?
But will he win it?
Man, this purple is really annoying.
What he made here.
I'm gonna go back to natural light.
Oh!
Oh.
Hey, is that the hoodie you used to block the window?
What? Oh, it's a piece of black.
We found out. Well, I think we should end the stream somewhere now.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in. Darren asked anything you can share on the instant analog feedback that I suggested some time ago, and of course I saw what you made with arrows, but I'm not really sure like what you're asking. Like, are you asking like how we're gonna integrate it in the utility or something, or? Oh wait, no, this is not. Or are you talking about the? Are you talking about the thing with what was the game again? You talked about where you want like full. Oh, you like season utility. Yeah, I think we should definitely have something, especially when more Allen for the Allen control for utility. Yeah, I don't want to say it's coming, but we're working on it.
I think it was a very cool suggestion from Darren, and what makes it a little bit impossible to implement it very fast is because it needs a lot of thinking how to implement it and which way to implement it, and we have quite some other stuff we need to finish first.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a level up.
Okay,
level up
yeah,
from where we are now.
Yeah, the direct feedback will be very useful, and I would also like to have it use the Xbox controller part, so that you can also instantly check like, oh, does the Xbox controller part actually works, instead of having to go to the HTML5 gamepad website.
Yeah.
Or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Either case, this stream was a fun coding stream.
Everybody out.
In the past, we did a design stream. In 2 weeks, Calder's gonna do a bookkeeping stream, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh my god. I was thinking about it last week. I was like, time to get started again.
Okay.
Yeah. Got that. But now that it's more fun because there's this other program I can start using at the same time. You'll also have to check various games and how to implement Xbox controller input. Actually, interesting that we didn't have controls in the VS session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are way
Yes,
too kind.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
that's true. But I think they only had 2 or 3
If there's any way to resort gamepad devices, please add that too.
Yeah, please let me know if you find a way. That's it's a living nightmare.
We should have like coded bounties, eh?
Oh yeah.
Find out something, win, and get something in return.
Oh yeah, I always think. That's a good idea.
We want this bug, dead or alive. Squash it. And they get like this prestige title on
Well,
Discord, Bounty
it's
Hunter.
It's kind of like the game detection stuff is something we've been working on quite a while, as in looking, trying, something's being tried, but never really work on it because it didn't have enough priority to get it straight away, right?
Yeah.
And now with the contest, I think Cop continued on it, and then Rocky jumped in on it too. And
Hollow.
they made... Sorry?
It was Hollow, not Rocky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they made something more viable, right? In the end.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is very cool. And actually,
Mhm.
yeah, in that way, if we would have made a bounty out of it, maybe more people would have a very clear goal, like, oh, what can I try to do? It would be actually really funny. For Tino. Tino, hey.
Hey Tino.
I don't think Tino is in the stream.
Tino was in the
Anymore.
stream. Well, no,
He
no,
was
no.
here.
He was?
Tino is a stream
Yeah.
sniper. He's just only looking and.
Okay, sorry. So sorry for extending this, dragging out. Let's wrap it up then.
Yeah.
Oh wait, got stream. I made a custom gamepad wrapper in PlayGS before. It also maps the keyboard to the same events. Need a Wooting for experiments like that. Oh. It's great. Oh my god, we gotta get Godstream has to get a Wooting 2 in his hand as soon as possible. Okay, sorry. Let's wrap it up. Sorry.
Wait, sorry, I'm playing.
Me too.
What?
It's pretty interesting Tetris game. Never mind. Okay, well, everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from it. Hopefully you guys aren't too mad that Jeroen is probably gonna win one of the hoodies because he made something amazing.
No way.
And yeah, well, look out for the vlog that's coming online later today. And well, see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.